pretty. Good morning. It's day 105. Slept in a shelter last night after like 31 or 32 miles. It rained all night. I didn't even hear it because there was a guy in the shelter with us who snorts so loud. So I had earplugs in all night. We slept in that cool shelter. B-I-E-N or something. It's like all stone, and like the back interior wall is like a big like condensating stone. So that was cool. I slept there last time in 23. Or like, I don't know, an hour, a little more than an hour away from starting to climb up Bear Mountain, and then gonna like drop down into that park. You cross the Hudson on foot. We end up probably not going to be able to walk through that zoo because it's not going to be open by the time we get there. But yeah, it's a really eventful day. And then like for lunchtime, we're going to be at that Appalachian market. It's like a 24-hour market right on trail, which is good because I'm pretty much completely out of snacks. So yeah, if that guy hadn't come yesterday, tent man, and brought us lunch, I would have been out of snacks yesterday. So everything works out. But trying to do like 32 miles today. There's like a state park with a shelter there. Probably stay there. And then get into town tomorrow evening. Last time I was here, it was pouring rain. It made it so much harder. And it rained last night, but the rocks are definitely dry enough. It's not too bad. What a nice day. Going up Bear Mountain on like a paved road. This is the AT right now. Just realizing I definitely didn't come this way in 23. It was pouring rain. We took some kind of alternate, probably a different road that brought you up to the top of this. You could still see the tower. But it's funny how many things I'm doing on the AT this year for the first time. I didn't even really realize the first time around. We did all kinds of nonsense in 2023. The more I walk this road, I'm like, did I walk this? Look at him. Uber. What a nice day. The climb up here is like so much better than I could have ever expected. And what's this? Oh, stunning view. This time around on the AT, I feel like we've been pretty blessed with weather and visibility. We haven't missed hardly any views due to foliage or like the trail being fogged in, which is shocking because I think in 2023 I probably missed a lot of them because of fog and bad weather. But We're living. Huh. Not bad, man. Not bad. Oh. The fog is incredible over the Hudson. Bear Mountain. Oh, it's actually open. I'm not going in. Sorry, world. Waterfall, like the nicest graded trail in the entire world. I love it here. New York. Less than 800 miles. Alright. Reliable. Crossing the Hudson, all foot. And we gotta climb up that mountain. What life? 24-hour store just off the trail, baby. I stayed there at the spiritual center. It's like a big pavilion, shower, water. It was pouring rain. It's a really nice place to camp for the night. The trail's been like this a lot lately, where it just looks like a river. You just kind of have to walk on the side so you don't get your feet wet. It was actually way worse before I pulled the camera out, of course. But then it dries up. It's not so bad, but yeah, like, that's a little swampy. All right, it's like 2:40 in the afternoon. Got to the Appalachian market around noon. That place is killer. It's like a deli convenience store right on the trail. Like, you have to go right past it. They're actually open 24 hours a day. Biggest recommendation, they have a Frio milkshake machine. I had two. Those are the absolute best. And had a meatball sub. Packed out the other half. Packed out also a whole bottle of Arizona iced tea and a Powerade. So we're living only 15, well, it was 15 miles to go for the day when we left there, but that was a while ago. So we're getting there. I think it's actually going to be a kind of early day. Yesterday, like the terrain was just particularly rocky, and definitely slowed us down, which is funny because I didn't really think that our pace was impacted very much by the rocks in like Pennsylvania, but the rocks yesterday, I could tell, added maybe 10 or 20 minutes to our pace every 2-3 hours. So yeah, pretty notable. Today we are finishing up past the Appalachian market, like 15 miles past there's a state park. I remember going through this area and it poured rain, buckets of rain all day long. I didn't even have to wear rain gear though because it was so warm. We got to the state park and dried everything out, but I recall a very nice shelter there, so we're gonna try to get there. Hopefully shelter's empty, stay there tonight. Yeah, and then made some plans for tomorrow. Basically yesterday I realized looking at the map that there's no large town coming up until Great Barrington, which maybe we'll be there in like 4 days, 5 days if you include today. Yeah, if you include today and the day we get there, it's like 5 days away. It'll be there this weekend. And yeah, the next place to stay would be Pauling, which we're gonna be like getting to end of the day tomorrow. So we kind of have to stay there so we can charge everything prior to Great Barrington. Because other than that, there's delis along the way and a couple small towns and things, but really no lodging between here and there. I was looking ahead in Kent, Connecticut. There's like possibly like another inn style place that you can stay at, but it's more expensive. So it's a similar situation to Pauling. There's like no motel, but there's the Station Inn, which looks like pretty nice actually. So gonna go in tomorrow night and get some work done and things like that. Yeah, but gorgeous today. Honestly, couldn't be better. Very real life trail moment right now. Winds are getting kind of high. Like you can tell maybe it's gonna start to rain. The wind just picked up. It just got a lot cooler. But I became very hyper aware while walking that I'm in like a giant field of the types of trees you don't want to be around in high winds. A lot of them are completely dead. Just, I don't know. They're not the ones I want near me when the winds pick up, but it seems to be getting better. And just making my way there. It's kind of starting to rain, but at least there's really not a ton of elevation gain left for the day, so I could put a jacket on. Definitely couldn't use an umbrella because it's way too windy. I'm just kind of hoping we get there right before this kind of gets going, but and it kind of feels imminent. Windy. This friggin' snake, he just fake rattled at me. You're not a rattlesnake, but it's a thick boy. Like that's like 3 feet long. Can you go, please? I'm sorry. Come on. Yeah. He's huge, dude. It's a big boy. Very thick. I don't see any color. Look at it go. That's wild. But yeah, he just fake rattled at me. I didn't know they could do that. He shook his whole tail and it actually made a little bit of a noise. Interesting. Yeah, food for thought. There's sun's out, snakes out. Look at this wall on like a raised 10+ foot old wall. Pretty sick. Getting closer to Canopus Lake, like park or recreational area. We're gonna be staying in the shelter. I'm assuming probably around like 2-ish miles away. Gonna get a little bit of water before I get to the shelter, just because I'm not sure if the water spigots and stuff are going to be turned on near the recreational area and whatnot. Yeah, so nice and early. It's gonna be a very early night. If I have one wish, I don't want to ask for too much, but if I have one wish, there will be service at the shelter and I can get yesterday's and today's vlogs up. So hopefully. I've been wondering when I was gonna pass this because I remembered it was today. I love this so much. Telephone of the wind. It's for all who grieve. Find solace here. What a nice idea. Canopus Lake. Pretty nice. Camping. looks like. Never heard of him. It's actually a pretty nice shelter. The bench. Love the bench. It's the end of the day. Just got to the Canopus shelter. Empty. It's a really nice shelter too, and it's gonna be a cold night, so that's awesome. Just got in. Don't think I'm gonna do hot dinner tonight. I'm just gonna eat some snacks, chill out, and I have service, so I get to get video editing done and stuff like that. And then we're gonna have like a relatively short day. I think it's 25 or so miles to get into Pauling tomorrow. Coming to you from the future. It's the end of week 15. Killer week. 180 plus miles, even though it really felt like a kind of shorter week. We did basically 3 Neros because of bad weather. Like, did a 20 into Delaware Water Gap, did the slack pack out of Delaware Water Gap because it looked bad, and then the next day after Delaware Water Gap, when we were like already 20 miles north of town, it snowed and the weather was terrible, so we did an 18 that day. So it felt like, you know, not the most productive week, but we still averaged over 26 miles a day. So pretty solid, almost 2,800 in for the year. And we did 32 miles today, day 105. And yeah, this whole video is just one day. It's just tons of content for the day. They're not always necessarily going to be as eventful or see as many things or as much to show, but if they are, then I'll do more frequent videos. It seems like it's going to be like 3 or 4 vlogs a week, depending on how exciting each day is. So you'll see. Yeah, and leave me comments below like what you prefer and if you've been enjoying having more frequent videos or whatnot. Yeah, awesome. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in week 16.